I grew up in Hyde Park, which is this wonderfully diverse and you know, great neighborhood. I owe so much. I live literally a block and a half from where I grew up, and I had great role models. John Rogers, who's a very successful CEO here in town of Aerial Capital Management, has been my best friend and a mentor since I was like 10 years old. It's sort of remarkable. It's over a 30-year relationship now. And he was the star of the high school basketball team when I was a young kid, and I followed him around like a puppy dog, and I guess he couldn't shake me. He sort of took me under his wing. And he's outside, you know, on top of my parents, he's had by far the most influence of any adult in my life. And so I've had him literally from the time I was 10 or 11 years old to sort of look up to and watch how he handled situations and watch how he treated people. And I had a family that was passionate about education. My father, who unfortunately passed away recently, taught at the University of Chicago for over 40 years. It was the only place he ever worked. He loved to teach, loved to work with students. My mother was this crazy white lady who went to the heart of the inner city and just created a great after-school program because she was tired of working with students who were 19 years old who couldn't read, and she wanted to do something about it. And so I've had a set of experiences that have prepared me in some pretty unique ways that I'm so fortunate that I had those experiences, those opportunities. And the fact that I can do this in Chicago, I have no interest in doing this in any other city. The fact that I can do this in my backyard. As a kid, I ran all over the city, south and west sides, playing basketball at all the parks. So I know the streets, I know the neighborhoods, I know so many of the families, and it just is it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that again, I feel so thankful to have. We've brought in some remarkable people, many of whom who could be making 2 and 3 times the salary someplace else, if not significantly more, all of whom could be working with a lot less stress and many fewer hours, but they really believe in the mission. They really believe we have a chance to do something extraordinary here, that we have a chance to fundamentally change students' lives, change our children's lives. And so it's a remarkable pool of people who want to come and work, but to keep them here, to keep them for the long haul, you have to give them real responsibility. You have to be able to delegate. You need to be able to guide. You need to be able to listen. You need to be able to shape the vision. But at the end of the day, if you micromanage great talent, they won't stay, and I can't build the kind of team I have to be successful. The longer you're in positions like this, the more powerful you become, and the more I think there's a natural inclination for people to tell you what they think you want to hear, not what you need to hear. And what I need to hear is the truth. I need to hear where things are working. I need to hear where they're not working. I need to hear when people think I'm crazy. And the things that have made us so successful the past 4 or 5 years, I think are probably insufficient, or maybe the wrong things for us to be great the next 4 or 5 years. And so you really need people who are going to challenge the status quo. I love the entrepreneurial spirit. I try to ask people every day, if we were a startup organization, what would we look like? I don't want to be some big bureaucracy. If we were starting this organization tomorrow, what does that look like? What's the organization? What's the skill sets? How do we maintain that frame of mind? And we've brought in people who I think are very strong personalities, who are passionate about the work, passionate about the mission, and willing to challenge me and challenge each other. And that's the only way we have a chance to continue to improve. Yes, we have a top management team, and I listen very close, and they have my ear. But I do a couple other things. I have a teachers advisory board, and we do each year. It's been just a wonderful thing where I've learned so much, where we have teachers nominate other teachers, so they're picked by their peers. And we take the top 25 teachers in the system each year, the best of the best, 25 teachers out of 25,000, so the top 0.01%. They come in and they serve as an advisory committee for me throughout the year. And the dialogue, it's just fast. I've learned so much from them. They've pushed my thinking. It's a remarkably inspiring group of folks. And they've helped to really, sharpen my priorities and help me think through my strategies. I also have a student advisory council that I meet with on an ongoing basis. We have a set of just remarkable teenagers who I work with. I go out and try and do meetings with parents and community groups. So I definitely listen to the top management team, but that can't be the sole voice. It's really, what are we doing for teachers? What are they doing to make us better? Are we listening to students? Are we meeting their needs? A huge part of my effort to transform high schools is really listening to our high school students who are telling us our expectations aren't high enough. And so it's one thing to talk about it, be theoretical about it. It's a different thing when you have teenagers looking you in the eye and say, you guys aren't asking enough from us. If that doesn't motivate you, I don't know what will. Maybe it's the good fortune of having been an athlete and been at the free throw line with 20,000 people booing you, you focus, and you focus on your mission. And so it's the kind of thing, it's funny, things that seem to bother other people a lot, maybe I'm just sort of lucky like this, it's like, water off a duck's back. I don't lose sleep over it. I have a real simple frame of reference in my decision making, and it simply is, what's the right thing for children? And often what the right thing for children is not the politically correct thing, it's not the politically easy thing, it might not be the best thing for a whole set of adults, but if it's the right thing for children, then then I can sleep very easy at night. My job is to fight for children. The reason public education has struggled in Chicago, and frankly struggled nationally, is you had far too many people at the top who thought about everything but about children. They thought about the politics, they thought about the jobs, they thought about the unions, they thought about a million other things. I need to consider all those things, but at the end of the day, I have to act in the best interests of my 410,000 children. Once you do that, a lot of the other stuff just goes to the side.